All right, guys, we got a crazy lineup today. So we have a 100K producer on the line, and he's actually super interested in learning from the future board member that's also on this call. It's pretty much already done, but we'll still say future board member, but his name's Josh Williams. Okay. This guy is crushing it. Dave Witcher will be proud. Okay. I think it's like his 7th month. He's about to hit board member. And then we have Jesse, who does 100K. He did 100K like last month, and he wants to learn as well. So now I'll do the first 15 minutes. Jesse will do the last 15. And this is going to be an amazing call. So I'm super excited. And you guys can both hear me clearly, right? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
All right, brother. So Josh, let's start off with where are you located at, dude?
Dude, I live in Arizona, but technically I'm like homeless right now. I'm just all over the country. I'm in Florida right this second, waiting for this Airbnb to let me in. So if you guys see me doing this a bunch, I'm waiting for these people. So yeah, but I'm all over the world, all over the country.
Boom. That's the way to be. That's the way to be, dude. You're just everywhere. And like the top people that are growing fast, they're traveling everywhere. They're going where their agents are. They're seeing everyone. They're shaking hands. And dude, you have some crazy things that you do with your agents, but I've never seen any other manager do. One of the examples that I wanted to ask you about was how you like the travel trips. So is it true that you like bring all your agents together to do travel trips together? Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done a lot of travel trips. Dude, I love them. I love them because you get people who are new to the industry, or maybe they just even if they're not new to the industry, FFL is different, right? So they might have had previous experience, but they're learning something new here. So when you grab, a group of people and you guys are all on the same mission, you go somewhere and you're away from family, friends, there's zero distractions. Dude, you have a room full of people just dialing the phones, tweaking things, getting better, pushing each other. And it's the best way to drive production for sure. But it's also the best way to make people believe in themselves, because when you go on a road trip, it's like, dude, you're there. You might as well show up and show out. So people really, really walk away with great training and, more importantly, a new belief system about what they're doing.
Absolutely, dude. That is the easiest way to build belief, I think, in any agent is literally be face to face with them, dialing next to them. And then they want to go take a break and you're like, bro, let's keep dialing, because this is serious. Booking is everything, right?
Yeah.
And so did you always what did you do before FFL? Like, were you always did you always have leads that were like FFL and stuff like that? Or how does that work?
I wish. I've been doing insurance for 8 years now. So it started back when I was 18 years old. I got into the industry right after I tore my ACL playing college football. And I was kind of in and out here and there. I've never been with an organization like FFL, where there was no high comp, leads, and just so simple. Like, the simplicity blows my mind about this business. But before this, I was running an agency with my practice company, where it was pretty much bait and switch. So it's like, I see you at the beach and I see that you're hot and I offer you a bottle of water for free. And then I've got to try to sell you this jet ski. It's like, it's very difficult. It was weird, but and coming over to FFL, it's just so simple. You buy leads, you call people, you go over there and you help them. So, yeah.
Dude, absolutely, man. And I mean, offering water bottles, I'm sure it works to some degree, right? Everything works a little bit, but
yeah.
A lead is better than no leads, right? And
absolutely.
I think it's just, I've never seen anything like FFL before. And there's just nothing that competes or even touches this company at all.
Yeah.
And so when you started FFL, was your goal to hit like board member as fast as possible? What was your initial goal when you first came here? Or did it evolve as you got here? You saw the culture, you got fired up and you're like, dude, I think I can do this, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's weird, but I don't have any intentions on like board member or this or that or fastest. They weren't any of the goals at all. My only goal was, dude, we were broke. We were all broke. We weren't making any money and we just wanted to pay our bills. We just wanted to do better. So when I came over here, it was just about flooding in as many people as possible, flooding in as many as people as possible and helping them make some money. So we started doing that, and that's what's like addictive for me. That's why I love building. That's why I love this topic that we're talking about, because I love taking a person from where they are and freaking transforming their life and having them make 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in a month. That's what I like. And it's like I just get so obsessed with it and I want to do it more and more and more. And then it just happened to be that there's something called board member, there's something called integrity, there's something called, VP, and that's where it fell in line.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, and that's great. Like you just come here, you're like, hey, I'm broke right now. Like I just want to make some money. Like let's see it. Let's see it in action. I see everyone's making 50K a month. Let me hop in, let me plug in, let me learn what everyone's doing. Let me copy Nina, right? Copy paste and see what they're doing. And then you see your bank account exploding. You're like, all right, bro, this is a no-brainer. I can hire a lot of people too, right? And then as far as hiring, it looks like, so you do a lot of hiring. And do you mainly do like cold market? Do you hire from do you like to hire from where you used to work? Cause you know how it's nothing compared to here. What's your hiring strategy as far as finding new people to plug in to FFL?
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I hire anybody and everybody. So, you know, I hire a lot of people that came from my previous agency. I hire a lot of people that came from other insurance companies. I hire a lot of people that came from back in groceries. I have hired people that was nursing assistants, people that were life was just going downhill and looking for something new. So yeah, we hire licensed agents. That's a hack for you guys, by the way, that if you want to build something quickly, that there's a process here where you have to get the license, you have to pass the exam and all this stuff, and contracting takes a little while. So there's things you can do definitely to speed it up, which is hiring licensed agents. But I would say honestly, over half of our production is coming from people who did not come from where I came from before, which is even more awesome because these people are newly being introduced to the insurance world. But I hire from like every single place you could think of: social media, warm market, family, friends, prior insurance companies. I seek out people a lot. So I mean, there's only two ways you guys could do it: it's inbound or outbound. And you can build a personal brand through social media, and you can attract people through attraction marketing. The other way is you have to go to the people, and I do both. So it's like I'm not the best recruiter. I probably just send the most messages out outside of anybody else. So it's like when I look at Caitlin, who's doing $100,000 every single month now, she's not the greatest salesperson on the planet. She's not, and she knows that. But what she does do is she will buy more leads than you, and she will make more calls than you and book more appointments than you. And I will do the same thing when I'm building my business. I will message more people than you over and over and over. I'll get blocked more times than you. I'll get rejected more times than you. I'd get told no more times than you, but that's what I'm doing. I'm sending lots and lots of messages out to people.
Absolutely. And I think it's important. So for people on social media, they just want, so maybe the strategy on that, when you're sending these messages, is from your personal Instagram? And then is there any limit on Instagram to how many people you can send out, how many messages? Are you going to get blocked or something? Like, is there anything to worry about as far as that goes?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any limits, to be honest. If there is, I haven't pressed them that hard, I guess, because I haven't got blocked, but I have sent out thousands and thousands of messages. But I think the thing is, when you go on Instagram, there's so many different methods you guys can go and use and take. So for me, I mean, if you want to really target the type of people you're looking for example, you can use Instagram platform, and you go to the search bar. You can use the hashtag, you can use location. So I mean, I've got a long list of just different hashtags that I use. And so for example, I could put in there hashtag XYZ insurance company, hashtag sales, hashtag real estate, hashtag solar sales, hashtag door to door, hashtag business to business, hashtag 10X, hashtag Grant Cardone. If any of body on the planet is using these hashtags, they're probably somewhat remotely interested in sales. And these are the type of people that I would want to connect to. So what I would do is I would add these people all day, every day. And I would they will add me back. Some of them won't, doesn't really matter. I would like some pictures, and I would start conversations with these people. So I'm going to them. And now that, things are going and things are growing and I'm marketing, people are coming to me as well. But, majority of this thing is being built on me going to people.
Dude, that's insane. And guess how much that costs, right? It's completely for free, right? It costs nothing. And what's like a message that you might use for everyone watching? Like if they're like, hey, I want to send some messages out. I know Caitlin does, she kind of does what Marissa does. But what was your, like, what kind of message do you usually send out when you're reaching out to these people? And then if they don't follow you back, do you keep following them, or how does that work too?
Absolutely. Great question. So I don't send any preset message out. That's just how you get a lot of no's, right? Or reject. They'll leave you on red. They won't answer it. They'll block you, different things of that nature. So just like sales, where you have to find a problem and solve it, that is the same thing as recruiting. So when I'm recruiting lots of people, I'm having conversations with people about problems they have with their current occupation, or their current career, whatever they're doing. And that's how I'm taking people through that process. So for example, if I was having a conversation with you, Alexander, what I would do is I would follow you on Instagram. I would like a few of your pictures. I would not dive into your DMs and just say, hey man, we're hiring, top comp in the industry, fastest growing. I would never do that. What I would do is I would add you. I would like a few pictures of yours. Maybe you may add me back. You may not. If you do, cool. Now I have you on this hub of mine, this platform that I own. Not necessarily I don't own the Instagram, but I own my platform, right? And now that I have you watching me and seeing me and all this kind of cool stuff, I'm also watching you. So when I see you post a meme or post that you're in the gym or whatever you're doing, that's when I'll take action to start a conversation between you and myself. So if I see you in the gym, I'll just swipe up and say, get it, bro. Let's go. Have a good day. Crush it. Something very, very simple, normal, something very normal. You'll probably be like, thanks, man. And I'll have that avenue of communication now where I can say, how often do you work out? 4 times a week? No, daily? What's your morning routine? This is all like completely normal conversation where you don't think I'm a weirdo. But if I just message you out of nowhere, I just added you and I'm saying, hey man, have you ever heard of FFL? They're like, block, like this dude wants something, right? So I'm not doing those type of approaches. I'm having a conversation with you and I'm leading you where I want you to go by questions, right? And the questions I'm going to ask you is going to be this. We're talking about working out, all this cool stuff. Sweet man, are you from the area? Where are you located? Oh, I'm out in, wherever in Georgia. Okay, cool, dude. I used to live there. What do you do out there? Do you work or like what's going on? You in school? Oh no, man, I work full time. I'm working over here right now. Oh, sweet. How long you been there? Oh, I've been there for this long. What made you want to work there? Well, because of this. Oh, dang. So you can do that long time? Are you like working your way up or what? Well, dude, no, honestly, I don't like it. My boss is a jerk. Boom. That's a problem that I just got out of this guy. I have a solution for him. I can solve it. He might say, yeah, I mean, I'm making really good money, but I have no time freedom. Boom. That's a problem. I can solve it. I have a solution. They might say, yeah, I mean, I'm working crazy hours. They constantly call me in and I barely get paid, dude. I hate it, but I have to because I got to pay the bills. Boom. Boom, that's a problem. So all I'm doing is I'm asking you questions to make you tell me that you have a problem. If you never tell me you have a problem, I have no reason to recruit you because it doesn't make any sense, right? That's how chargebacks occur. You never found a real problem and you're pushing insurance down someone's neck and now they want to cancel it. Same thing with recruiting. You're going to ruin relationships. You're going to have people block you and unfriend you because you're like trying to force them to do this 20K a month. Let me teach a new agent how to make 20K a month. Don't. They never told you they didn't like what they did. Maybe they love their job. Let them keep it, So I'm having those conversations with people. Now, once I find a problem, the offer is like this. Dude, funny you say that. My company's actually hiring right now. No guarantees, but I might be able to get you a spot with us. Boom. I never said like I need you. I'm not saying like, yeah, dude, I can get you in for sure. Like I run this agency and then once I get you in, you can run your agency, then you can start making passive income, then we can make money and then you can get this. And I'm not doing that. I have a very, very normal, traditional approach to the conversations I'm having because what we do is not normal. It should be, but unfortunately, that's not the way America is built. For you to make $20,000 in a month, a week, or whatever, that's weird. That's red flags going off for the average person in America. They don't believe that. And I'm not taking that approach to have a conversation with someone about that. So I make the offer. Alex, look, no guarantees. I might be able to get you a spot with us. I mean, I love what I do and I get to make my own schedule. I could talk to my manager for you if you like. They're going to obviously say, well, what do you do? Right. And then that's where you make your offer and you're going to say, well, pretty much clients put requests in for us, and we help them set up their retirement planning, their mortgage protection, and then their life insurance. I mean, I like it a lot. It's pretty simple. We just help people out. So they're super sweet, and they let me kind of make my own schedule, so I could talk to them, about it if you like, and then they'll say, boom, they'll ask questions like, well, what's the name of the company or whatever. And at that point, they're like, dude, that would be awesome if you could let me know. And then I'll get back to them whenever I feel like it. I don't have to talk to anybody. I can hire whoever I want, right? But I'll wait a little bit. They'll message me again, hey, what they say, right? Because they'll see me living my life on social media. They'll see me posting that I'm in the field. They'll see me saying, hey, just protected a family to my Instagram. They'll see those things and be like, hey, dude, did you ever talk to so-and-so about me getting in with you guys? And then I'll respond back and say, hey, I did actually, but they're not looking for any more sales reps. They're actually in need of managers. So do you have any experience with like management at all? And now I'm preparing people to be in this management mindset of, hey, when they get here, they're going to learn sales at a high level so that they can manage people. And that makes them even more excited about the position, right? And then they'll ask, no, well, what do I have to do to get the job? Well, he said he might be willing to bring you on the team. However, you have to get licensed first. You can't really do what we do without a license. He said if you're willing to get licensed, that he'll be happy to get you through training, and training's all free and provided for you. And it's so simple, right? But I'm not approaching people talking about, like, if you notice my Instagram bio, for example, and people do it all differently. There's not one way to do it, but I don't have any things in there like, teach you how to make 100,000 your first year. I don't have things like 20K a month. Let me teach you, because they're red flags. And oftentimes, like, new agents who want to build come in and they haven't actually even done that before, but they have it in their bio. And now you're talking about teaching someone how to do something that you haven't done yet, right? So you just want to be cautious of making offers that are really red flags that turn people away. They don't really attract the people that you want to work with. So,
dude, that was straight fire. That was awesome, dude. So thank you for sharing that with everyone. I think it can only help everyone. It can only help your team as well. And I know Jesse is online. We got special 100K producer, Jesse Hantla, right? And Jesse, are you there, brother?
Yeah, bro, I'm here.
All right,
going,
bro.
guys?
I'll let you take over from here, man.
That was absolute gold. I'm sitting over here. I had to pull over on the side of the road to take notes. So, that's one of the things I've always noticed. You got to stay student to the game and learn from people that are doing the things you want to do. So, man, thanks for sharing all that. I did have some additional questions. I mean, you do a lot of attraction marketing, it sounds like. You
absolutely.
do your soft prospecting, warm prospecting, and then outside from that, what else are you doing to increase agency size, and then taking your guys? I guess we'll start there. What other avenues are you using to help agencies grow or your teams grow?
Yeah, great question. I think the biggest thing that allows us to grow right now is actually not recruiting, right? I think the biggest things that's booming us in growth is selling. The reason I say that is this: I have not, like, there's over 300 plus of us right now, and I have not recruited 300 people to this agency. I have not done that. It's been a team effort, right? But what I can tell you is this: a new agent, any agent period, will never ever in their life be more excited about this opportunity than they will when they join it, when they first get started, and they make their first $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in one paycheck. They will never ever be more excited than they are about that. So one thing that I know is that I'm buying people's excitement. So when I go on a road trip with a new agent and I cough up money for leads, or I spend time and I'm in the trenches with my people and I'm selling and I'm road tripping and I'm going out dialing the phone like a maniac, and they're right next to me and we go in the house and they watch me make money and we split commission or whatever happens, right? Whatever happens is when they get paid, they're excited. And that's when they're most excited to share the opportunity with people. So like, they'll go tell mama, daddy, cousins, friends, brothers, sisters, like everybody about it in the beginning, right? So one thing I know is that if I really want to boom in growth, I've got to get agents running and successful ASAP, like right away. And that's what we emphasize here is that, if you look at the agencies and you look at any of our marketing, you'll always see not just one person on like the little images. It's always like two people. It's always like this person plus this person, big sale, right? Because we're duplicating that, right? So when I hire you, I'm hiring you as a manager, right? When I hire Mel Montoya and say, hey, Mel, we're not actually looking for any more, sales reps. We're already flooded out with that. No, we need more managers to help with training. If you can get your license and if you can hit this target your first week, I would love to promote you out to a manager and help you, start training, and it'll help you build passive income as well. Well, guess what? Now I have these two new guys that need to get trained. I don't personally have the time to train them, so I can go train someone else or do this or whatever with my next top guy. Mel wants to earn passive income, and these two new guys want to get trained. Mel's going to say, absolutely, I'll do it, Josh. And she'll go train these people. And it's just that duplication factor over and over and over. And now she's excited to build an agency, and then boom, she's VP in her first 30 days, right? So, yeah, I think that's what it is, dude. It's like the sales drive recruiting, and recruiting drives sales. But no, we don't treat it like this. Just everybody just recruit. It's like, let's get some people in here and get them paid, and that's what's booming us in growth, not just the messages and things that we're doing out to people.
Wow, that's huge. So duplication is an absolute must. And did you say someone joined your team and hit VP in their first 30 days?
I'm sorry, I said VP. I meant 100K. She did it in her first month, though, 100,000.
Oh my God! But even still, like most people, I mean, I've been here, since December, and it took me a while to get there. But it's like you were saying, the main focus is what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the selling? Or are you focusing on the recruiting? Once you can get your selling going, recruiting just comes like a byproduct.
Yep.
Whether it's the podcasts that are being developed, it's the marketing that's being spammed around. Because that's one thing I love about Family First Life, a plug and play system with our boot camp to get our agents up and going fast. It's insane. Now, on top of that too, Josh, for a new agent, so you do a lot of travel trips with your team. Break that down a little bit more into detail. Like, what does that look like? How many people are you going with? What makes you choose the people that you're going with, and how are you keeping your agents as well to keep that successful consistency off of a travel trip if you're not with them? So it's like a 3-layered question.
Yeah, it is. So as far as how we pick them, I usually take I pick the most talented, to be honest. I pick the most talented to go with me, or the most talented that I think that there will be. And I'll go out on a trip with these guys, and I'll maybe take 1 or 2 more managers with me for that, and I'll have maybe 5 to 8 guys, right? That are usually the travel trips have about 10 to 15 people with them, myself and maybe 3-4 more managers, and then we have the rest of them are new agents. And we're just beating the phone, pounding the phones away. But I think what we do right away is all of what we do can always be kind of predicted. I think, Jesse, even for you did 100,000. I bet you can look at the numbers and say, hey, I need to make this many calls. I need to book this many appointments, do this many. You have rules for yourself about how you went about that process. So same thing with our success here. We have rules as far as, hey, when we do a travel trip, everyone flies in on this day. They need to be there by this time. And at this time at night, there's a meeting where we're going to go do a training over this time. We get on the phone at this time sharp. We dial from this time to this time. We take a break here. So everything's drawn out and planned. So it's like, if you wanted to go do the same blueprint and same trip tomorrow, I could just give you this itinerary and be like, hey, this is what you have to go do, and do not skip anything with this here. And it has rules on it as far as the rules, how many leads you have to have if we're doing this, how many dials you better have if we're doing this, right? So it's like we're all grinding and going, dude. So there's rules that are laid out to where you can't do it wrong. Like, how does McDonald's have this many franchises? It's because they have a system that, like, down to the T as far as how the napkins are placed. Like, they have systems, right? So as long as you have systems and structures in place, they should always be able to duplicate something. If you're doing things randomly, you can never grow it with that.
Right. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I've always felt, to either scale your business in production or scale it in the team. It's the 3 S's: system, structure, and scalability. And if you have that, things can grow really fast. But having that structure, get in the end home, you got your structure. How do you get your close? Because of the structure, right? Now, when it does come down to your brand new agents, so you've got brand new agents that are going on these travel trips, and then you kind of release them out into the wild. And how are you keeping them consistent to where they're able to still keep that same mindset?
Because I'm building leaders. And what I'll say is this. I have a guy with me right now. This is a great example. Joe Gallagher. He came from solar sales. He got licensed. He was a trainee. We were on a trip in Tampa, Florida for 3 days. And during those 3 days, he went and watched people present, and he was in the field. He did a few by himself. The very next week, he was a manager. The very next week, he was in the same back in Tampa again, but this second trip, he was out there training people. So what happens is when I take these guys and train them up and get them rolling, like I'm going to get you rolling, I'm going to show you how it's done. And then I'm going to keep you close to me because the next trip I'm bringing you back as a manager. So, you just learned it yourself. Now you're going to start teaching it. However, I'm there so I can kind of micromanage what you're duplicating, what you're teaching. Right. So it's not like I'm training them once and they're sending them off. I'm training them once as a producer and immediately, hey, congratulations, Joe, you did a great job. Are you ready to go? You ready to train? Okay, cool. Let's do it, dude. And now the very next 3 days, he's in the leader role and he's doing the same thing. And what happens is the guy learns, a crap ton more and works a crap ton harder because guess what? He doesn't want to look stupid in front of people. He didn't want to go to only have 3 appointments. He doesn't want to go to a house and get crapped on because he didn't know what he's doing. So he works that much harder. I see Joe now watching YouTube videos like a maniac because he's a leader and he doesn't want to look bad. It's just human nature, right? So now, if I send him by himself, he can go do it by himself. But there was 2 stages to that. He was a student, then he became a teacher. And both roles are just as important.
Yep. And I always find too, when you are the student or you are the leader, when you are the leader, you end up learning a lot more because you're now reevaluating and reteaching everything you do now. And then it goes, okay, wow, now the confidence can rise. And so you're saying a brand new guy, literally just got licensed. You take him on a travel trip and the next week he's now training agents.
Absolutely. Because what we do is simple. Like all I have to do is as long as he can make sure he books 15 appointments, I'm comfortable with him going into home. We don't do a lot of training on sales because it's very, very simple. And we go through that process. We probably spend maybe 2 hours teaching someone how to do an in-home presentation. It's so simple. Right. But what we do is we get people trained up on the dang phones. Like I think we got some maniacs on the phones, dude. One thing about our agency is that you give us a rebuttal, we're right there on it. We know how to do this, right? So we train heavily on the phones, and as long as Joe's sharp on the phones, I feel 1,000% comfortable with him, booking 15 appointments, spending, $600 to $800 to get those 100 to 120 leads. We run a lot of 1 month and 3 month old leads. Expenses are low, right? So I feel extremely confident that if he spent $800 on these leads, that he could take people out there with 15 appointments and show them how to make $5,000. I know he can.
Man, this is gold. Okay, cool. So now you say big emphasis, obviously, because where's the money made? It's not in the house, it's on the phones, right? Now, So break down your script. So maybe creating some value here for some of the newer agents or some of the agents that might be run into some hiccups with leads where they can't get a lot of appointment flow going. Can you break that down? What's your script sound like for like 1 month, 3 months, new internet life leads or whatever?
We run a bunch of just CRM leads. So yeah, instance, 1 month, 3 months. The script is a script, dude. I think any script that you can use. I'll say how I'll do it. But the main thing we focus on though is not teaching the script because that should be in front of you. Even when I'm dialing, my script's in front of me as well. What we get really good at is knowing what to say when we get a rebuttal. So that's what we treat on the rebuttals. So really we get a lot of, especially if there's 1 month or 3 month old leads, we'll get a bunch of, I've already got that taken care of. So we train really well on that. That's probably where I've made personally half my production has come from that one rebuttal. I made a lot of money doing 10-minute presentations off of that. We get a lot of not interested or it wasn't me. And then we get sometimes you get every now and then why do you have to come over? We barely ever get that one, but let's say I've already got it taken care of, right? You guys, if you're a brand new agent, you don't have lots of capital, or if you're just trying to increase your return on your investment, I think the 1 month, 3 month old leads are gold. And dude, when someone says I've already got this taken care of to me, what I do is, because no, I'm a broker and I'm licensed through the state, and I really milk that. I really use that to my advantage. And what I'll say is, yeah, yeah, that's actually why I'm calling, Jesse. You should have received your policy packet in the mail by now. Did you receive that yet? And then you'll say, yeah, I got it like 2 weeks ago. Okay, perfect. That's the reason I'm calling you. Once you set up your life insurance, they send someone out to review the application, the policy packet with you, to make sure there was no hiccups or errors on your application. That way, when it's time to file a claim, there's no delays with your family receiving that money. It only takes about 10 minutes. They have us servicing your county today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is already pretty booked out. What I can do is we can make it quick tomorrow. I could help you out then. Are you working 9 to 5s or are you retired? You're retired. Okay. Do you prefer mornings or afternoons? All right, great. So what I can do, as long as we make it quick, Jesse, I can squeeze you in at either 10 or no 11 o'clock. What works better for you? Okay, great. Make sure you have that packet out, right? So I'm booking these as policy reviews just like that. And dude, I was telling Grady the other day, like on that last call, every time I go in there, 9 times out of 10, these people have something that they thought it was one thing and it's a total different thing. I went to so many houses where they're like, dude, already have $100,000 whole life. I look at it, I circle it, it says accidental only. I'm like, dude, that's not what you have. Okay. Or they have some policy that maybe is a whole life, or maybe it is a term. However, in 5 years or 10 years, the policy price jumps up and they weren't aware of that. And I think, and then the way I close is this: I go through their packet, I get there, show my license. Yeah, this is going to be super quick. Where's that policy packet at? Okay, great, awesome. I open it. I look at the annual premium to make sure that doesn't change. If it does, all I do is circle it. Ma'am, do you know what the annual premium is? That's your monthly payment times it by 12. So you're paying $100 a month right now, which is why it says 1,200. Okay, now if you look at year 5, it goes up to 3,000. Do you know what that means? That means your price jumps up. Okay, did they tell you that? Were you aware of that? No, he never told me that. I'm not paying that. Look, no worries. That's why they send me out. I can get it fixed. Doesn't take long. Grab your driver's license for me. Boom. I just made a sale in freaking 5 minutes, dude. And majority of my production comes from that. So like I usually do between 20 to 40,000, but I've not hit the field more than 8 days a month, not once yet. So, that one rebuttal that learned, like mastering that, I've already got it. Like, dude, that's golden. That one.
Man, I've actually done the policy review thing, and a lot of the times I'm not coming through as smooth as you, bro. Like, there's a reason to the mythology of why your team's winning at such a high level, bro. That's absolute gold. So I got it taken care of already. Okay, cool. I'm not really that interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested. So that there, I feel like that's just them feeding you crap because they filled it out. All their information's online. They shouldn't have filled it out in the first place. I think a lot of times when we get not interested, it's not because they're not interested. It's first off because they don't know what it is. Like, you're calling someone and you said, hey, this is a random number. They're calling them. They get a million calls a day of people saying, I'm calling about your car extended warranty. And I'm like, what do you do? Click, right? So people are in this mindset of telemarketers calling them nonstop, right? So you really have to disrupt that. Here comes a fire truck, guys. Sorry. Anyways, you have to really disrupt that. And what I'll do is, someone says, I'm not interested. I'm very, very simple. Not interested in what? And then they'll say, whatever this is, or whatever you're trying to sell me. And now I know, okay, so you don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. You're just talking, dude. Like, listen to me. So when someone says I'm not interested, the first thing I'm saying is not interested in what? You ask that question, they're like, okay, that's not a telemarketer. Whatever this is, whatever you're trying to sell me. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse, I must have confused you. My name is Josh, and I'm calling about the request that you went on our website and filled out for the state life insurance programs. Now, you listed your date of birth as this, boom. And I'm getting to their information quickly because that's where the credibility is when I start naming off your date of birth, your address, when I name off your height and weight. Like, dude, how else did I get this? It didn't come out the phone book. They don't put our heights and weights in the phone books, right? So the not interested is really just, you need to buy yourself some more time, because they'll say not interested and they're trying to get off the phone quicker. And what you have to do is buy yourself more time, and that'll lead to another rebuttal, which typically is, I've already got it taken care of, or it was too expensive, or something like that. So with the not interested in what? Oh, well, whatever this is. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have confused you. I'm actually calling about the request that you filled out on our website here for the insurance. You put down your date of birth as this, and you put down the delivery address as this. Is that correct? Okay, now when you fill this out, were you looking for yourself or for, and now moving forward, I'm buying myself more time.
Now, because this is something I've even noticed sometimes too. And I just verify the address, but I always say, is this a new or an old address? 123 Victory Lane. Now, lastly, is your birth date 5/13/84? And if they say no, then, I stop verifying any more info. Now, what do you do in the case where address is wrong, birth date's wrong, and height, weight, smoker, non-smoker, all that info? But they verify they are talking to who they are.
I wouldn't use any additional information, to be honest. I haven't had any scenarios with CRM leads where I've had that much information wrong. I have had plenty where the address has been wrong. Usually when I said the birth date, it's always been right. What I get a handful of wrongs is for the address. And all I would say is, okay, no worries, that must have been an old one. I'll update that for you in a second, and I'll move on. Right. So yeah. I feel like sometimes people get themselves in a predicament because they're like probing and digging so deep into negative stuff. So it's like all they're doing is complaining. Like if I show you a price and you say it's too expensive, that's just a complaint. Like, who cares? Like, I'm just gonna still do the same thing that I'm doing and move forward. Same thing on the phones. If I say, no, is this your address as 123 Main Street, and you say, no, that's not right. Okay, no worries. I'll get that updated for you in 1 second. Now, when you fill this out, you were looking for, and I move on. Why would I want to spend more time saying, oh, well, what happened? Did you type this in? You didn't type it in? I don't know who did that then. That's weird. Like, why would I want to spend time on something negative instead of getting to where I want to go, right? So I just blow past it and keep moving.
Man, Josh, learned a ton from you. There's a reason why your team's winning at such a high level, bro. It's so inspiring to see people come in here and start shattering records. I'm excited to see you hit board member here, bro. But I know you're out here waiting for your Airbnb, and I don't want to take up too much time for everyone's day. But guys, if there's any last questions here, go ahead and drop it in the chat here. But if you want to go ahead and leave anything on the last note here, is there anything you would recommend to either the new agent or someone who's been in the industry that's kind of just either trying to ramp up momentum or just in a funk? What would you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. So, before we, and I'm not in a rush, so if you guys have questions, I can definitely answer them. But what I would say is, the main thing with building, guys, is get attention and be consistent with it, right? So with sales, all you have to do is be consistent. All you have to do is buy the leads every day, make the dials, and show up every day. If you have big sales goals, you should also have big recruiting goals. And no, you have a structure, you have a system, you have rules to yourself with what you're doing with sales. You should also have the same thing for your business and growth. So if you're not actively saying, no, today I've got to make sure I send out X amount of messages to X amount of people, then that's a problem, because that means you're not focusing on growth. And the reality is none of us want to sell life insurance for the rest of our lives, right? So like, you got to grow something because there's a lot of benefits to it. So number one, get attention. You got to get attention. No one will ever, and no one can ever join you in your business if they don't know that you're in business and that you can help them or have an opportunity for them. No one can even buy insurance from you if they don't know you sell insurance. Luckily, you guys have leads, and that's why you get to sell some. Otherwise, you'll be knocking doors trying to do the same thing. So you got to get some attention. If you guys haven't noticed, like, everywhere I go, I'm wanting attention. I'm very happy to walk around with my Instagram handle on my t-shirt every day. Like, I don't wear anything but these t-shirts. I bought a bunch of them. When I go to the airport, I have this on. When I go to the mall, I have this on. When I go out to eat, I have this on. When I get on YouTube calls and talk on stages, I'm not wearing a suit. I'm wearing this. Go follow me on Instagram, dude. I'm building a business, right? So like, I want to get attention on every platform as much as possible. And what you guys have to do is be willing. And this really has nothing to do with recruiting, but it has everything to do with recruiting. And what it is to have that idea in your brain of like, I don't give a dang, right? Like, I don't care. I can't tell you how many people I watch, they want to make a quick Instagram story or something. They're like, dude, hey, my name is Josh Williams. I run blah, 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 and I do blah, blah, blah. Come join me, swipe up. I posted immediately. Well, I see another person do the same thing, and they're like, I don't like that one. Let me do it again. Hey, I don't like that one. The lighting, right? The lighting. Like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, you're trying to get approval from someone. You're thinking about what someone else thinks about you. freaking drop the message, get it done, right? Post. You're afraid to post about how you're making money. You're afraid to share your life. You're afraid to do these things because you don't want someone to judge you. I tell you what, like, dude, we grow so quick and I make so much, booming in our agencies because I would gladly speak my mind and share my opinion on my Instagram platform. I would gladly scream out and say, hey, dude, we're the fastest growing agency. You should work with us. You should do this with us. And guess what? A lot of people hate me. A lot of people like me, but on both days, my dang business is growing. I don't care. I don't care who likes me. I don't care who loves me. I don't care who hates me. I promise you, there's lots of people at FFL that don't like me. I don't care. Right? So the biggest thing with growing is that you have to have an opinion. Some people will join you. Some people won't. But if you don't do anything, you'll sit on the fence. You'll be in between. Nobody will do anything for you because they can't be on your side. You don't have a side. You got to have a side.
Man, I need to meet you. I'm excited to shake your hand, bro. We got a lot in common because I think the same exact way. It's like, just get the content out there. There's going to be haters. We're not seeking their approval. Who cares? Like, I had someone blow up in my DMs the other day. They were all over it. They were like, oh, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, 9 months ago, I was here. 9 months today, I've made more money than you'll make the next 5 years. So, if you want to keep hating, bro, I'll pour you a glass of Kool-Aid and you can go drink it. Stay at your last company, bro. Stay broke, and the haterade can flow here, but that's also the inspiring part too. Just get the content out there. Keep your mindset strong. Dude, I love how you think, dude. We have a lot in common, and I'm super stoked that Alex put this call together because I've learned a ton from you, bro. And I love the fact that you've got your t-shirts. I mean, even suited up, bro. Suited up, got the t-shirt. Now I know what I'm gonna wear to the next convention. Now I know what I'm gonna wear. Just get the fly suit, put the t-shirt on, you look sharp. Have the hats. Now let me ask you this. Do you also do like stickers? You just like when you're traveling, you just pop up your Instagram handle everywhere? What? Are you doing that?
I have not done anything like that. I've actually thought about many times of doing like business cards or saying that I'm hiring with my my Instagram handle or something and just dropping them on cars at Walmart, just doing things to be creative like that. But I haven't done it because I'm technically homeless. So I don't have an address to send things to because I'm on the road full time. I've had my place at Airbnb and then I got it off of Airbnb. So now I have actually no mailing address outside of my mom's, and I've been on the road. So I haven't done that, but no, those are ways that you boom your business, dude. You just gotta get people to look at you because the reality is like I've heard people while I walk through like a crowd and like, look at that dude, he's trying to get followers. And guess what? They're like, this is what happens, dude. This is how the brain works. And it blows my mind. It's like I walk through somewhere, a crowd of people with my Instagram handle on my Instagram, and some of them are like, oh, let me go look at his page. He looks cool, whatever. Like, and they'll go check me out. And then I'll walk through and in that same group, there'll be like people like, dude, he thinks he's just trying to get some followers. He's an idiot. He probably does something stupid on Instagram anyways. Let's go look. And they go to the Instagram anyways, and they go, look, like there's like you're still giving me attention. Or like I post a video of myself talking and on my business page. You know how your algorithm or your as long as you have a business page, it lets you look at like your insights, which is who's liking your stuff, who's sending your stuff to other people, who saved your post. And I'm like, dude, I'll post something and then it'll be like sent to like 39 people. I'm like, people are sending my messages to other people. They're probably saying, look at this idiot. Because I can't tell you how many people watch my stories, but how many people like my posts. The numbers don't match up. So I'm like, dude, you watch everything I post and then you're sharing my message. All that is giving me more attention. So come on, dude. Like, I don't care. I'm going to build this freaking thing. I'm going to be the fastest to ever do it. My team's going to see that I'm I'm all in. They don't second guess what I'm doing because I'm like, I'm all in FFL. I'm not going anywhere. So I want to follow a guy like that, you know?
Yep, dude, that's how it's got to be. And last time I was on a call here with Alex, I was in New Jersey, and I think I've been home for a week since the beginning of July. So
yeah.
When it comes to the travel trip grind, bro, it's all about the excitement, keeping your team alive, dude. I mean, we could probably go on and start chatting for probably another 3 to 4 days on this, just because of how much passion and how much growth that we see or envision. Because it gets to a point where, yes, you are growing your business, but I hear one thing that is on your heart, it's serving, whether it's clients and your agents, taking them from zero, negative in their bank account to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K. Dude, like that is huge. Again, we got a lot in common, bro. So looking forward to meeting you. I mean, Alex, if you got anything else to go with, or if you want to kind of let Josh kind of freestyle it here for a few more minutes.
Dude, pretty much. I feel like I'm like talking to the Steve Jobs of life insurance agency building here, or like the CEO of McDonald's, but for life insurance, right? They're like, hey, this is the system. We got to franchise it. We got to get people, focused on being managers from day one, being operators of their business, right? And that's, I mean, it's pretty much what you're building is like a franchise of a plug and play system. And I just want to make sure that Betty Jo Scott gets her question answered here because she asked it, which is she asked, like, can I get a list of these hashtags? I'm new at this, would love to learn this process. Just give her like 5 different hashtags.
I mean, you guys can probably think of a ton. My brain is not that great, so but I would hashtag things that have some type of relevance to what I'm doing in sales. So I would know if I look at different industries, I would look at insurance companies. There's thousands of insurance companies. You can hashtag those companies, and then boom. You can look at hashtag real estate agents, hashtag sales, hashtag door to door, hashtag business to business, hashtag e-commerce, hashtag passive income, hashtag real estate, hashtag cash flow, hashtag real estate agent, hashtag broker, hashtag all these different things, which are people who are somewhat like entrepreneurial, hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag no more 9 to 5. All these just creative ways that if someone is hashtagging those type of things, they probably could do really well at what we do. They probably have something in common with the way you think and the way that we think here at FFL. So those are the people that I would want to work with. I wouldn't hashtag Barbie dolls. That had nothing to do with what we were doing.
Right, 100%.
One thing I would also recommend on that when it comes to hashtags, sorry to interrupt you there, Alex, but make sure that the hashtag has several 100,000, if not 1 million plus, like followers, something like that. Like find things that are influencers, like Josh said, entrepreneur, faith, grace, Grant Cardone, people that have such a massive following, or certain types of jobs that might coincide to where they would plug and play here. Medical sales, door to door, solar, auto technician, car sales, finance, manager. I mean, these are all hashtags that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers of people that are watching that content. So every time they scroll down Instagram, it'll say hashtag entrepreneur, and then your happy smile will be there. Your little clip will be there. Whatever is going to show up, even on your stories too. Hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag whatever on your actual stories, because that's also going to go into the algorithm with the feed. And that's something that, almost every recruit that I've had join my business over the last 30 days has all came from Instagram. Every one of them. And they're either it's all inspired just because of, like you mentioned in the beginning, it's not that you're forcefully going after recruiting, you're putting in the activity into work and you're showing that you can actually get it done, and you're staying consistent. Because I put up a post on my Instagram today and just said moral authority. And the reason for it is because if you're going to be working in my agency, if I'm going to tell you, hey, I need you to go buy $1,000 worth of leads, I need you to go and do 600 to 1,000 to 1,500 dials on Monday and Thursday, you're going to book 10 to 12 appointments. You are going to get your teeth kicked in, but you are going to book some appointments and make some money. Now, well, Jesse, that seems like a lot of phone calls. I'm like, here's my call log. Here's my appointment log. Here's my travel trips. Here's what I'm doing. If I'm suggesting like, hey, I need you to go door knock 40 doors today around your 10 appointments, it's because I've done it.
Yep.
And I'm not going to tell you something that I haven't done, just like you said. Like, Josh, you're like, dude, if I'm suggesting something, it's because I've been there. I'm in the trenches with you and we're doing this together. And if you are doing it solo, it's only going to teach you more strength and resilience that you can do it by yourself.
Absolutely. That's fire, dude. That's fire.
Well, this call has been insane, guys. Like we got feel like it's on a different level. We got like some insane people on this call, 100K producers, board members, crazy energy on this call. I just had a question pop in my mind, and then we'll finish up. We'll finish up because you've been very generous, both of you guys, with your time. So the only question I have is, I think this is really helpful for a lot of people that are building. I think this is the biggest setback for people when it comes to building, is a recruiting schedule. Like, what schedule do you do to recruit at a high level?
So as far as a schedule, when I first started like building and whatnot, I really had a way more strict schedule than I do now, because now it's just like the Instagram DMs are always jumping, dude. But in the very beginning, and it's based on whatever you want. It's not necessarily a schedule. It's like a to-do list or checklist, right? So it's like, let's say you commit to doing the 10x10 challenge, or the 20x20 or the 50x50. Doesn't matter how you go about it. What that is, guys, is that when I was first starting, if you don't know my story, I actually was sleeping in my car for 3 weeks while I built my business. I was sleeping in my car. I was broke as crap, and I was in my car, and I couldn't barely sleep. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try to recruit some people, and that's how I learned how to recruit, because I was homeless in my car, sleeping there, and I was sending out thousands and thousands of messages, and I was learning what to say, what not to say, how to go about it, how to approach, how to find people, all these different things, dude. And what I would do though is, I would do this buy rule. And what I mean is that if I would send out 10 messages, I've got to go add 10 more people, because eventually, if I just keep sending out messages, I'm going to run through my entire platform and I have nobody else to talk to. So if you got 1,000 followers, all you got is 1,000 people to reach out to. Or you get, what happens when you run through that, So when you reach out to 10, you've got to go add 10. And that's what I would do, these challenges. So every day, like for my recruiting structure or my schedule, I would just, on that checklist, by the end of today, it doesn't matter where I fit it in at, but by the end of today, I've got to do my 10x10. I've got to do my 25x25. And when I started, I was doing like freaking 50x50, 100x100. Like I was freaking sending out thousands and thousands of messages, right? So you can fit it in however you want, but even with 10 per day, I mean, you're reaching out to the 300 people per month, dude. Like 300 people per month, you're going to get 5. And hiring 5 agents here per month, licensed agent, like that's a lot, So the reality is, I mean, you'll send out 300, and you'll probably have 50 plus people say yeah, and start the licensing process. You'll probably have 15 of those 50 get licensed, and you'll have like 5 people really go out and do something, and that's a big deal to grow with 5 people like that, even per month, let alone per week or whatever your personal goals are. So you don't have to sit there like a maniac and just like give up your sales, but you have to go to the people. And what'll happen is, as you're selling as well, FFL already does an amazing job. You guys do an amazing job marketing and sharing what the results people have. So when they see Jesse did $100,000, guess what? He's going to get some DMs from that. Well, hey, what the heck is this, dude? What are you doing? Right. So that's the inbound side of it. When you start building a personal brand, clean your Instagram up, be consistent on your Instagram, and you'll start attracting some people too. But you got to go out to people, send 10x10, 20x20, however you want to go about it.
I like that. Yeah. And in regards towards that too, I would say making sure everybody has this link. Not everybody knows about this, but the what is FFL link. If you don't have this, you're working in the FFL, go and make your custom link right now, as soon as this call's over. And if anybody's like, you're getting that introduction, okay, cool. So what I personally do, I just bought a GoDaddy account, so it's going to be Work with Primetime, and people can click on that, go right into the video, and then that drops into my email. I find out who's watching it, and then I'm making my calls throughout the day.
Yep.
And it's guys like a guy named Josh. He's on here right now. Literally sends Alondra a message. Hey, I'm really inspired by Jesse's podcast that he did. I'm a fellow Call of Duty player, and I'm looking for something new. This and this and that. Because guys, like 9 months ago, all I did was play Call of Duty on unemployment, donating plasma, to now where I've paid close to 350,000 this year, and 130 of it was in 1 month. But again, things go up, things go down, and it's all about staying consistent. But what is FFL link is going to be huge for you. The schedule, and also just fitting in the time around like let's say you go from one appointment, You've got like 3 people you need to call them in between your next few appointments. Hey, did you watch the link? Yeah. Okay. So you see who watched it, you call them. Hey, do you have any questions? Fantastic. All right, cool. So, get to ask them a few questions. Are you looking to do this part-time or full-time? I want to do this full-time. Awesome. So, hey, Alex, what I wanted to break this down to you is this is not one of those this is an entrepreneurial type situation. So you're going to be your own boss. This isn't something where I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to micromanage you. What is the main reason why you're attracted to this? Well, the money or helping people or setting my family free, this and that. Getting into the no's, getting into the whys, getting into that, but then having that quick 10-minute phone call, breaking down your structure about who it is, why we do this, and making sure that you've got your teams back. Don't just hire people and then just hire them and not actually help them.
Yep.
Get them going, get them plugged in, get them actually understanding it, get them motivated, stay in contact with them and drive them and drive them and drive them. They don't want to be driven, back off. But I'm looking for the ones that want to be driven and they want to take their business the same way I do. They want to be the Josh. They want to be the Alex. And, that's who we're looking for. People that are pissed off with the situation they're in. They're tired of being tired. They're ready to take it to the next level. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're all human. We all put our pants on the same way. We can all make great decisions through the day, make our time really great through the day. Or we can sit on Instagram and just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. But if you're going to sit on Instagram, follow Josh. Follow us. Follow this system, and duplicate what the top leaders are doing that are growing at a ridiculous level, reshare everyone's success because, and I get it. We're going to have our ups and downs. And Josh did say this, I don't care what people say about me. I'm going to talk about my failures. I'm also going to talk about my successes. And I think that's one thing I've always been super transparent. Like yesterday, I got my teeth railed. Like I'm 20. I went 4 for 20 the last 2 days. But I was excited to wake up today. I'm like, today's a new day. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to be banging on some doors. I'm going to make some sales. And being able to have that ability to just go, I'm in a season right now. I'm learning something. This isn't a failure, or it is a failure, but what can I learn from it? What can I grow from it? It's not a bad thing. It's next opportunity. When you hear no next opportunity, guys, like, shit, we could keep going. Like,
yeah, we could, yeah.
This energy is so
it's
good.
insane.
Just I need to go.
we could go for hours and hours, but I'll let you guys go, dude. It was insane. Pretty much this is a historic call. We have one of the top producers in FFL company history, Jesse Hantla. And then we also have one of the top builders in company history, Josh Williams. So, and it's an unbelievable call. I learned a crap ton in the past hour. It's supposed to be a 30-minute call. So obviously, we just had tons of fun on this call, but I appreciate both you guys, and it was a pleasure to have you on. And I look forward to talking to you guys more later on, but it was a pleasure. Okay.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later.
Make sure to follow each other. So you see Will's hashtag on his shirt, guys, but I'm Stay Prime Time. Follow me. I'll give you guys some love and be shouting out your success too. So I'm excited to see everyone on the leaderboards.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later. Thanks.
Later, guys.